Peace and gratitude. I'm gonna be brief. I tried posting this photo of Noble Drew Ali. This photo consists of his whole faction, his circle of people back in the day. And furthermore, within this photo, he was shaking hands with the beast. And I'm not talking about literally shaking hands. Within that photo portrait, he's basically showing who he is connected with. And we already know who those people are, which is part of the elites. That just shows me that Noble Drew Ali was definitely an implant. He was an implant that promoted Islam or the whole Muslim religion and all those type of things, which is a paradigm that keep you in a prison or prism, keeping you content, keeping you stuck, and then monetizing off the people, off of this false religion. And yes, it has some truth in it like anything else, but what they do is they give you some truth with lies. They gotta veil it. They gotta put a curtain over it. That way you won't understand or know what's going on. At all times, you must rip the curtain. You must rip the veil. So with that being said, within that photo, it's being expressed on a level of brotherhood, sisterhood, and we know what the hood have to do with or in connection with. We know those who wear hoods over their heads, right? So also we have our people that's paying respects to the American flag and the Moorish flag, and first, to be Moorish, it means you're kind of like something, but you're not the it factor. So to be Moorish is really not a thing, because you have the so-called black race clinging on to this Moorish identity, and it really doesn't express who you truly are. They say Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. Yeah, that's cute, but that's not the totality of who you are, because you're beyond the flesh. And when we talk beyond the flesh, we talk about light body beings before we even came into flesh forms. So like I said, that all connects with a paradigm that keeps you in a prism. And within this picture, he's one with those who engineered that whole construct. You have 4 so-called white men in that photo, literally next to who you would call the gods and goddesses. The moment they get close to you in that fashion, the circle has been weakened. No hate speech, no likes, no dislikes. That's just scientific fact. Scientific knowledge. Humans next to you. So Noble Drew Ali, he been exposed, and the reason why he got knocked upside his head is, I think I read up on his demise, and it was stating that he was, tortured to death when it came to his beatings and things of that nature. Um, all of that for me in connection with, the understanding of that, he went against an oath, and it was time for him to pay with that that situation as far as his life is concerned. He had to pay with his life. Excuse me being tongue-tied. The thoughts is on 1,000 miles per hour. Or should I say per second? Zooming. So with that being said, they always leave a mark or a blueprint as far as their stance and their position in having a hand in these things. And they don't hide anything. They tell you. They're not hiding a goddamn thing. So all of these Moors or Moorish representatives that's clinging on to Noble Drew Ali, which is also a physical hug or a clinging too, because my thing is, if Noble Drew Ali transitioned, and we all know that the energy within the body leaves the body once it transitions to go to the next, why would the Moorish paradigm cling on to photos and things of that nature and speaking as if he still exists within their realm, which you really do, because they keep conjuring up his name and they keep bringing up the manuals that he wrote previous. I read the Circle 7 Quran, and it has some knowledge in there, but it's a little repetitive. It's some jewels in there, but it's nothing you should cling on to. There's no book on this planet that you should be clinging on to, especially when you're operating on to your higher self. You got to trust yourself. You can't trust nothing out here. This planet continuously shift. They showed you that in the movie The Matrix. Those glyphs that constantly change, interchanging on a constant basis. That's the reality that we live in on this physical realm. Every step you take, every choice you make determines your destiny. It's always good to identify the knowing, because knowledge determines destiny. It's always great to make the choices that you need to make with knowing. Knowing is key. Not belief, not faith, and not hope. If you don't know something, you find out. You look for the truth, the core truth. Not the watered down stuff. You want the 100% pure. That's what you want, and that's what you need. So yeah, down to your Martin Luther Kings and your Jesse Jackasses. All of these guys that had been plants keep giving us leaders after leaders after leaders. And that is the process of rehashing a Jesus Christ program. a systematic program for you to believe that y'all need a savior. So now the focus is on the external and not the internal, because we are the extension of those higher beings here on this physical plane. They are no longer disconnecting with most, because the disconnect, eating flesh, consuming the poison, smoking, drinking on a constant basis. So now you disregarding the training that you need to walk through in order to become a better being. And then when you have beings who are actually trying to reach out, you get afraid. Why? Because Hollywood programmed you to be afraid. The false reality programmed you to take everything as face value. So yeah, the goal is to learn internal self, learn your weaknesses and learn your strengths. The ultimate goal is to supersede your lower intentions, which is connected to the 7 deadly sins. Continue to raise your frequency, your light. The diamond, carbon, crystal, golden beings. This message is for y'all. If you know, you know. Harambe.